You do not build combat aircraft out of wood. Not in 1940, not when the Battle of Britain is raging overhead and the Luftwaffe is dropping thousands of tons of high explosive on British cities every night. Not when Germany's Messerschmitt Bf-109s and Focke-Wulf F-190s are all-metal fighters built in massive state-run factories with precision engineering and unlimited resources. The mathematics of modern warfare are clear. Metal is strong. Metal is durable. Metal can withstand combat damage and keep flying. Wood burns. Wood splinters. Wood rots. Wood is what you built biplanes from in the previous war, the war your father fought. This is 1940. This is total mechanized warfare. Wood has no place here. Every military aviation expert in Britain understood this. The Air Ministry's specifications called for all-metal construction. American aircraft, the P-51 Mustang, the B-17 Flying Fortress, were aluminum from nose to tail. The Soviet Union was churning out thousands of metal Yak fighters and Ilyushin ground attack aircraft. Even Japan, resource-starved and desperate, was building metal Zeros. The Germans certainly understood this. Hermann Göring's Luftwaffe was the most technologically advanced air force on the planet. Their bombers were metal, their fighters were metal, their reconnaissance aircraft were metal. When German intelligence first received reports of the British developing a wooden combat aircraft, the reaction in Berlin was mockery. A wooden bomber? The British must be truly desperate, running out of aluminum, running out of options, building antiques while Germany perfected the future of aerial warfare. But in 1940, one man, a soft-spoken British aircraft designer with an obsession for unconventional solutions, was about to prove every expert in the world catastrophically wrong. His name was Geoffrey de Havilland. 58 years old in 1940, a pioneer of British aviation who'd been designing aircraft since before the First World War. He'd built his first airplane in 1909, a fragile contraption of wood, wire, and fabric that crashed on its maiden flight. But de Havilland learned, he refined. By 1914, he was designing reconnaissance aircraft for the Royal Flying Corps. By the 1930s, his company, de Havilland Aircraft, had become synonymous with innovative, elegant designs. What made de Havilland different wasn't just his engineering brilliance, it was his refusal to accept conventional wisdom. While other designers chased performance through brute force, bigger engines, heavier armor, more guns, de Havilland pursued elegance, efficiency. He believed the best aircraft wasn't the one with the most metal or the biggest engine. It was the one that did its job better than anything else, using whatever materials and methods worked. In late 1938, de Havilland had a radical idea. Britain was rearming. War with Germany looked inevitable. The Air Ministry was issuing specifications for new bombers, heavily armed, heavily armored aircraft that could penetrate German airspace and strike industrial targets. The standard formula? Aluminum construction, defensive gun turrets, armor plating, 4 engines, a crew of 7. De Havilland looked at this formula and saw a fundamental flaw. Heavy armor meant heavy weight. Heavy weight meant slower speeds. Slower speeds meant German fighters would catch you. Gun turrets meant drag. Drag meant you burned more fuel and couldn't fly as far. The entire concept was trapped in a defensive mindset. Build bombers tough enough to survive being shot at. De Havilland proposed something different. Build bombers so fast they couldn't be caught. No gun turrets, no defensive armament, no heavy armor, just speed. Pure, overwhelming speed. Make the aircraft so aerodynamic, so light, so powerful that German fighters simply couldn't intercept it. And if you're going to make it light, really light, then forget aluminum, use wood. Not just any wood, laminated wood.
balsa wood cores sandwiched between layers of birch plywood, bonded with high-strength adhesives, a composite material stronger pound for pound than aluminum, easier to repair, and, critically, it didn't require metal. Britain's aluminum supplies were limited and desperately needed for fighters, but Britain had forests. Britain had furniture makers, boat builders, piano manufacturers, skilled craftsmen who understood wood. A wooden aircraft could be built in workshops across the country, decentralized, immune to strategic bombing of aircraft factories. The Air Ministry's response? Polite skepticism bordering on dismissal. A wooden, unarmed bomber? Ridiculous, suicidal. The proposal violated every principle of bomber design. You needed defensive guns, you needed armor, you needed redundancy, multiple engines, multiple crew members. Sending 2 men into German airspace in a wooden aircraft with no way to defend themselves was a death sentence. But de Havilland was persistent, and he had one advantage: his company had a reputation for delivering results. In October 1939, after months of lobbying, the Air Ministry grudgingly approved a prototype order: 50 aircraft, not for combat operations, for reconnaissance and training. A compromise, a way to humor Geoffrey de Havilland without committing to his insane vision. The prototype aircraft would be designated the DH-98. De Havilland and his small design team got to work immediately. November 25, 1940, the prototype rolls out of the de Havilland factory in Hatfield, north of London. It's beautiful, sleek lines, twin Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, the same engines that power the Spitfire. A streamlined fuselage made entirely of wood, covered in smooth plywood skin. No gun turrets breaking the aerodynamic profile. No defensive weapons, just speed. The test pilot climbs into the cockpit. Geoffrey de Havilland himself stands on the tarmac, watching. He's 58 years old. He's been building aircraft for 30 years. Everything he believes about aviation design is embodied in this wooden machine. The engines roar to life. The prototype accelerates down the runway and lifts off. What happens next will change the air war over Europe. The prototype climbs fast, faster than any British bomber has any right to climb. The test pilot pushes the throttles forward. The twin Merlins respond instantly. 1,460 horsepower per engine, driving the aircraft to speeds that make the pilot's instruments blur. At altitude, he levels off and opens the throttles fully. The airspeed indicator climbs. 300 miles per hour, 320, 350, 380. The prototype DH-98 Mosquito reaches 392 miles per hour in level flight. Think about what that means. The Luftwaffe's standard fighter, the Messerschmitt Bf-109E, has a maximum speed of 354 miles per hour. The Focke-Wulf Fw-190, Germany's newest fighter, tops out at 389 miles per hour. This wooden bomber is faster than the fighters sent to intercept it. The test pilot returns to Hatfield. He files his report. The performance data reaches the Air Ministry, and suddenly, people are paying attention. But skepticism remains. Speed in a test flight is one thing, combat is another. Can this wooden aircraft actually survive operational conditions? Can it carry bombs? Can it navigate? Can it, most critically, evade German defenses? The Air Ministry orders operational trials. May 1941, the first production Mosquitoes enter service with RAF Bomber Command, not as frontline bombers, not yet, as reconnaissance aircraft, unarmed, unescorted, flying deep into German-occupied Europe with cameras instead of bombs. The missions are simple in concept, terrifying in execution. Fly to a target, a German naval base, an industrial complex, a military installation. Photograph it, return. Do not engage, do not fight, just fly faster than anything that tries to kill you. The first operational mission launches on September 17, 1941. The target, German-occupied France. 2 Mosquitoes, 4 crew members total. They cross the English Channel at wave-top height, then climb rapidly over French airspace. German radar picks them up immediately. Luftwaffe fighters scramble. Bf-109s climb to intercept. The Mosquito pilots see them coming. They don't turn, they don't dive, they push the throttles forward and accelerate. The Bf-109s give chase, but the chase doesn't last long. The Mosquitoes pull away, effortlessly. The German pilots watch the wooden aircraft vanish into the distance, untouchable. Both Mosquitoes return to England.